In body and/or spirit for our gathering hymn 155, Circle Around for Freedom. We'll sing it 3 times through.
Circle round for freedom, circle round for peace, for all of us imprisoned, circle for release, circle for the planet, circle for each soul, for the children of our children, keep the circle whole. Circle round for freedom, circle round for peace, for all of us imprisoned, circle for release, circle for the planet, circle for each soul, for the children of our children, keep the circle whole. Circle round for freedom, circle round for peace, for all of us imprisoned, circle for release, circle for the planet, circle for each soul, for the children of our children, keep the circle whole.
Good morning, everyone. Despite what it says in your order of service, I am not the Reverend J. Wolin. I'm Aubrey Phillips. I'm the Secretary of the Board of Trustees here at the Unitarian Universalist of Sarasota, and we are delighted to have you all here today, both in person and joining us via live stream. A special welcome to all of our visitors here today. To our visitors, we extend an especially warm invitation to participate in any of our events. If you'd like to learn more about us and Unitarian Universalism, please consider signing our virtual guest book. You can find the link on our website homepage at uusrq.org. And for those of you here in person, there's a sign-up sheet at the welcome table right outside the doors. By registering, you'll receive our weekly newsletter and Zoom links to our virtual events. After the service, we'd love to have you join us for coffee and conversation in the courtyard. We're looking forward to getting to know each other better. Now, a few exciting announcements. Coming up next Saturday morning, the Suncoast Environmental Leaders Brunch celebration will celebrate action leading to hope from 9 to noon here at the church. Everyone who cares about the environment is invited. Visit our website and email to sign up to come and join us. Then mark your calendars for September 29th. BidFest is coming up. This is our yeah. If you haven't been, you may not understand that whoop of excitement. If you have, you know. This is our major annual fundraiser, and it's not to be missed. BidFest is your chance to offer or bid on an incredible array of experiences and services to support our congregation's work. Next, I'm thrilled to share that the Arts Council is hosting an opening reception for Jill Krasner's new exhibit, Vibrant Florals, in the Lexow Gallery right after our service today. Jill's colorful and unique still life arrangements are well known at Art Center Sarasota and Define Gallery downtown. You won't want to miss this chance to meet the artist and experience her exciting new work. Lastly, today is International Democracy Day, kicking off a week of social justice activities here at Unitarian Universalist of Sarasota. This day reminds us of the importance of free speech, civil liberties, and the rule of law. It's about ensuring accountable institutions and protecting human rights, every human's rights. To kick us off, our Democracy Action team will be in the library after service writing postcards to voters about Amendment 4. Then on Tuesday, September 17th, that's National Voter Registration Day, and we encourage you to follow and share our Unitarian Universalist of Sarasota Facebook and Instagram posts to help your friends and family get registered and vote ready. Looking ahead to next weekend, following the Environmental Leaders Brunch celebration, you can join us in the afternoon from 3 to 5. We'll be writing, calling, and going door to door in Newtown and across the state, spreading the word about Amendment 4. Thank you all for being here today, and let's begin our service.
Good morning. I know she just said we're going to start the service, and here I am talking again. But this is my opportunity to formally invite you to join the choir. If you can carry a tune, you enjoy singing, we love to have you. There's no audition procedure. All you need to do is just show up on a Wednesday, or feel free to email me or find me and ask me questions. We sing every other week, so all we do is ask you to come for 2 weeks in a row and see if you like it and have fun. So we do a variety of things. We're really trying to support the goals of the church, which is to have a variety of music that appeals to everybody. And I also wanted to tell you, when I picked this song, I said, okay, this is our first choir back, so I need to find a song that's about, we're back after our summer break. So I did a little searching, and I came up with this song. And I have to tell you, it was kind of a rough summer for me, and I was kind of in a bit of a fighting mood because of all the politics and a lot of that kind of stuff. So this song seemed to fit perfect. So we also, as a choir, I thought this is perfect because we're back and we're going to sing about some of the things that are important to us, and our voices are important to be heard. So the choir is back. But because it's a bit of a fight song, I need your help today. It's a bit of a, we have to get a little bit of energy going, so we get choir in the mood to fight. So I know you know how to do this. It's 2 stomps and a clap. That's it. 1, 1, 2.
Keep us down, we're back on track.
so happy that you are back. Yes. Thank you. Our opening reading is from John F. Kennedy's inauguration speech. And whenever I do this, I'm always tempted to do it in a Boston accent, and but it just never really sounds good, so I'll just do it in my voice. In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in the hour of its maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it. I do not believe that any of us would exchange places with any other people or any other generation. The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will light our country and all who serve it. And the glow from that fire can truly light the world. As we light our chalice, let it symbolize that light of freedom and democracy and commitment to preserve as part of our religious heritage. And so please join me in lighting the chalice with our value of justice. We support the use of inclusive democratic processes to make decisions within our congregations, our association, and society at large.
Good morning, everyone. Today's story is
What Can a Citizen Do? Written by Dave Eggers and illustrated by Sean Harris.
What in the world can a citizen do?
Who can be a citizen?
A citizen is just like you.
A citizen can plant a tree.
A citizen can help a neighbor.
A citizen can join a cause.
A citizen can write a letter.
A citizen can help change laws.
Okay, trumpets.
A citizen can right a wrong.
A citizen can turn things round.
A citizen can get things right side that have been upside down.
A citizen should be engaged.
A citizen should care and care.
A citizen should build things, save things. A citizen can be a bear.
Yes, a citizen can be a bear.
A citizen can be a kid.
A citizen can wear pink pants.
A citizen cannot stay hid.
A citizen is not what you are. A citizen is what you do.
A citizen cannot forget the world is more than you.
We're part of a society,
One full of joy and pain.
a land of lattice people.
None of us the same.
And if we help just one, help one lonely soul,
We open doors, we bring in light.
we bind us all and make us whole.
So forget yourself a second.
Grab a shovel or a pen.
Do something for another.
Don't you dare doubt that you can.
Everything makes an impact on a big than you.
And it all starts with the question,
What can a citizen do?
You guys were awesome. We're going to do a reading theater. Everybody's going to come and they'll love it. So, we all have something to contribute to our global world, our communities, and to each other. We just have to recognize that caring for each other and working together for the greater good is how we stand strong as a society. If we don't, then all we think about is, what can we get from this world, aka greed? And all we see is grievance and blame of others for the things that are not right in our world. So I now invite all the children and youth to meet their teachers in the classrooms where they will learn more about democracy and practice being a citizen. And if you're new here, just follow me and I'll show you the way. Thank you.
Our centering words today are from the Reverend Kristin Grassel Schmidt, A Prayer for Democracy. Spirit of life, Spirit of love, we give thanks today for all the joys, all our blessings, all of the things in our lives and our world that give us hope and happiness. The weight of the world has been heavy on our hearts for such a long time. We have had our own challenges and griefs to bear, and we feel for the many around us in pain and suffering. We also pray for our democracy under threat from authoritarians. I pray this morning not for a miracle to right so many wrongs, but to become the miracle ourselves, to manifest all of our courage and all of our commitment of the prophets and the sages that we remember. And may the spirit of freedom, the heart of courage that sees things through to the end, that never loses faith, that won't back down, be in us and with us as love and our faith that a better world is possible. As we go into a time of silence, let us contemplate why democracy and freedom are so important to us and what we can do to support it. to start with a reading from Primo Levi, the Italian Holocaust survivor, chemist, and writer. And he wrote, and I quote, "Every age has its own fascism, and we see the warning signs wherever the concentration of power denies citizens the possibilities and the means of expressing and acting on their own free will. There are many ways of reaching this point, and not just through the terror of police intimidation, but by denying and distorting information, by undermining systems of justice, by paralyzing the education system, and by spreading in a myriad subtle ways nostalgia for a world where order reigned and where the security of a privileged few depends on the forced labor and the forced silence of many," end quote. So Project 2025 is subtitled "The Mandate for Leadership, the Conservative Promise." It was written in 2022. I think I read an article about it a year ago, and this summer on study leave, I really dug into the 922-page document. And I do think the reason why I didn't read all of it, I read most of it, is it is important, I think, to understand what people with different values believe and why. I don't want to be in my own bubble. And so Unitarian Universalists ask us to search for truth wherever we find it. And if nothing else, reading it, others' opinions, allows us to better understand and refine our own values and opinions. And so I did not read the whole 922-page document. I skimmed a lot, particularly all the proposals on there, for the different federal agencies, some of which they want to close down, others which they really want to curtail what they do. I have to be honest, it felt almost self-abusive to continue reading it after a while. I don't often start yelling at books, to be honest with you. Now, watching the New York Jets this afternoon, I'm sure I'll be yelling at the TV, but not at books. But I am here to tell you that this document is a blueprint to lead our country to become a white Christian nationalist fascist government. From a big picture standpoint, it suggests giving the president significant powers over government. It wants to ban DEI programs, ban anything that supports LGBTQ rights and women's rights, not just limited to controlling women's reproductive rights. It wants to eliminate rules and regulations that work to prevent climate change. It wants to control the information that is delivered to the public, getting rid of much of all of public broadcasting, and wants to give more airwaves. The result of that would to give more airwaves to Christian broadcasting, federal airways. It suggests mass deportation and preventing immigration from non-white countries. Now, there are some areas, such as trade, where they have conflicting opinions within the document to try to incorporate the free trade capitalists. And despite my critiques, my many, many critiques, there are some good ideas in the project, such as improving rural health care, which is something I know about. It has been gutted by the for-profit hospitals in this country, where people do often have to drive an hour or two to get medical care. The project speaks of consensus, though, on 4 broad fronts. 1, restore the family as the centerpiece in American life and protect our children. Number 2, dismantle the administrative state and return self-governance to the American people. Number 3, defend our nation sovereignty, borders, and bounty against global threats. I think it's interesting they use the word bounty, which is used to describe money paid for killing or capturing criminals or animals. I thought that was a very strange use or choice of word. And then number 4, secure our God-given individual rights to live freely, what our Constitution calls the blessings of liberty. So I'm going to get into those 4. I mean, I can't get into everything, but because I'm all for supporting families and protecting children, right? That sounds fairly innocuous. However, Project 2025 has a very narrow definition of what it deems a family, right? It defines a family as a heterosexual, cisgendered man and woman and their children. It rails and has policies against single parents and against LGBTQ families. And this is why they are against infertility treatments. I kept wondering, like, why are they so against infertility treatments? I know many heterosexual couples that use that all the time, right? It's because it does also allow for same-sex couples and single women to have babies. That is what it says, why they are so against IVF. The project is very focused on preventing birth control and abortion, not just abortions, but birth control. And they already have a law and a way that they believe that they can prevent interstate selling of birth control pills and the after morning pill. It has nothing to do with the fetus. It has to do with creating a patriarchal society controlling women. It includes, this is so interesting, it includes, in its definition of pornography, it says it's against pornography, but in the definition of pornography, it says that it includes the propagation of transgender ideology and the sexualization of children. In fact, it calls for, listen to this, the imprisonment of teachers and librarians for propagating this. So meaning, they're not really against pornography. What they are against, right, is books or teachings that include any reference to LGBTQ individuals, right, or characters or ideas, and could lead to a teacher or librarian's arrest. Although the document rarely writes directly about Christian nationalism, you can tell the logic is based in it because they use quotes that are handpicked from the Bible. For instance, they claim leftists, whatever that means, goals are to replace, and I quote, natural loves and loyalties with unnatural ones. Now, if you don't know where this comes from in the Bible, you wouldn't have any idea what they were talking about. But this is a quote directly from the book of Romans in the Christian scriptures that anti-LGBTQ people love to quote, because it defines a heterosexuality as natural in that Bible quote. However, the passage also very clearly shows that there were many gay and lesbian relationships at the time the Bible was written, or else they would not have written something about it. Right? So I always like to point out to all my colleagues who bring this up. I will also say that many of the policies that are proposed here to be federal laws have been experimented in many conservative states, including Florida. We have seen the power of the threat of prosecution is often enough to scare teachers from teaching certain subjects and using certain books. And that is the pervasive risk of fascism, the fear that it projects onto its citizens. Number 2, they talk about the dismantling of the administrative state. Is a way to remove any guardrails that would prevent the president from enacting any of the policies. Yes, there might be Congress who stands in opposition. However, we have seen presidents of both parties use executive orders and bypass Congress through other procedural means to achieve their goals. And we have seen presidents ignore Congress and just implement things. This plan would reclassify most federal employees as at-will employees, just like many southern states, including Florida, stripping them of their tenure, their independence, and subject to firing if they did not comply with the president's desires. It wants to make the Department of Justice report directly to the president and no longer be independent. Number 3, defending our nation's sovereignty also gives a clue to this book's white Christian nationalist intent. First, it says, and I quote, "Our obligation to ensure the conditions that allow our families, local communities, churches, and synagogues and neighborhoods to thrive," end quote. Well, I think it is not coincidence that they left out mosques from that the only idea of religion is churches and synagogues, in their mind Judeo-Christian, which of course Jews do not consider that. They consider themselves a separate religion. But it goes on to say that in degrading educated people, right, says that, and I quote, "Knowledge is available to each of us, no matter how humble our backgrounds or how unpretentious our attainments, or it is open to us to read in the book of human nature." Now, as a humanist, I think the book of human nature would be all of our experiences in the world, and that doesn't sound so terrible. But Christian nationalists call the Bible the book of human nature, right? That's how they describe the Bible, and so this chapter really shows, right, that they want laws implemented based on the Christian Bible. It also focuses, goes out of its way to focus on bashing what they call coastal elites. Now, first, I have to tell you, having lived in Iowa for 11 years, there are many educated elite people who live throughout this country in the Midwest as well, right? So I think this is insulting to assume that elite people only live on the coasts. And why do we demean elite people? I hope to be elite in whatever I do, right? I strive to learn more, always to become a better human being. If becoming educated, wise, and kind in life is elite, we should all hope that everybody works towards that in whatever capacity they are in. I want my plumber to be an elite plumber, right? I want my doctor to be an elite doctor. I want the street cleaner to be an elite street cleaner. This conservative demeaning of elitism is a demeaning of humanity. Yes, there are people with differing abilities. That's, of course. Right? Our goal should allow everyone to reach their potential, whatever that may be. And the fourth statement, to secure our God-given individual rights, not G-U-A-R-D, G-O-D, God-given individual rights to live freely, what our Constitution calls the blessings of liberty, end quote. Well, the Constitution does not call for the blessings of liberty, first of all. It calls for the pursuit of happiness. Very different. Also, the Constitution very intentionally does not use the word God, even once, not once. Right? It was clear. Declaration of Independence different. The Constitution does not use the word God. It was clear the founders meant for this country to have a secular government. The founders had lived in a time when religion in Europe caused excessive warfare and strife, and this is why the First Amendment to our Constitution was very clear, and I quote, "Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of a religion," end quote. And so I would ask, whose freedom is this project talking about? You know, when I go to school boards, I hear the phrase, school board meetings, I hear the phrase parental freedom. You know, we got a hospital board was talking about health freedom. What they are saying is that they want the freedom to discriminate against LGBTQ students, the freedom to having to teach and to teach about racism, having the freedom to have segregated schools. You know, Project 2025 also very strong on private school vouchers and choice, which Florida has already implemented, starting already gutting the public school system of funds. And you know, in Sarasota, I did actually look this up and do some research. Charter schools, which we do have information on, now, we don't have information on private schools, but charter schools show that they are extremely racially segregated in comparison to the Sarasota public schools. We see limitations on what can be talked about on racial history in public schools. Today, there is no freedom for children of color to learn their full history in school. And after the Supreme Court decision of Brown versus the Board of Ed in 1954, it's a reminder many southern communities shut down their schools and created private Christian schools to send their white children to. This is just the next iteration of that process, with our taxes footing the bill for segregated and Christian schools. Conservatives' understanding of freedom is that it is only for straight white males to have freedom. The goal of Project 2025 is to destroy the power of government to support those who are struggling. In fact, the goal is to dismantle government so that people will lose faith in it. Other than violence, government is the only way that people can come together to use the levers of power to curb the exploitation of its citizens. But it can also be used to suppress the yearning masses who just want the opportunity to thrive. Project 2025 is a narrow view of who should be allowed to do that. I know that those who support Project 2025 are in the minority in this country, but it is up to us as citizens of this country to demand accountability of our leaders, and if they are found wanting, to vote them out of office. Those who defy the will of the majority of citizens, we as a community, we have an important religious voice in this community. We are known as a bastion of freedom of thought and as a religion that welcomes all people, whoever they are, in all their wholeness, searching for truth, pursuing meaning, and working for justice with a generous heart. One way we maintain the strength of this community is through your financial generosity. Please consider this as we take our offering today. For those online or those here on your cell phone, there's a link to donate in the description of the YouTube video, or there's a QR code in your order of service. Let this sacred time begin. Our next reading is from one of my favorite authors, Rebecca Solnit, The Case for Hope. The future is bigger than our imaginations. It's unimaginable, and then it comes anyway. To meet it, we need to keep going, to walk past what we can imagine. Right? We need to be unstoppable, and here is what it takes. You don't stop walking to congratulate yourself. You don't stop walking to wallow in despair. You don't stop because your own life got too comfortable or too rough. You don't stop because you won. You don't stop because you lost. There's more to win, more to lose, and others who need you. You don't stop walking because there is no way forward. Of course there is no way. You walk the path into being. You make the way. And if you don't do it well, and if you do it well, others will follow that route. You look backwards to grasp the long history you're moving forward from, the paths others have made, the road you came in on. You look forward to possibility. That's what we mean by hope. And you look past it into the impossible. And that doesn't stop you either. But mostly, you just walk right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. That's what makes you unstoppable. So Project 2025 is so large that it will require 10 sermons for me to get through it all. I will not put you through that, don't worry. It's easy to see how even just in this broad overview of Project 25, how it is in contrast with our Unitarian Universalist values. Our Project 2025 does not want us teaching about racism. Unitarian Universalist values covenants to dismantle racism. Project 2025 is an exclusive mentality, doing away with diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Unitarian Universalist values covenant to build and sustain fully accessible and inclusive communities. Project 2025 looks to exploit the Earth's resources, right? And Unitarian Universalist values call us specifically to covenant to protect the Earth and all beings from exploitation. Project 2025 wants to promote the rigidness of belief and how people should act. Unitarian Universalist values, on the other hand, covenant to embrace our differences and commonalities with love, curiosity, and respect. Project 2025 wants to suppress voting in this country. Unitarian Universalist values covenant to support inclusive, democratic processes to make decisions for our society. The truth is, even in our country, there is always a tension between efficiency and freedom, right? There's always a tension between equality and freedom, right? When we come together for the common good, right, we are required to share our resources. We are not free from consequences if we hoard our resources and not pay taxes. We are not free from consequences if we poison the waterways and pollute the air. We are not free from consequences if we harm the innocent. You know, if I do not have money, right, I am not free of consequences to steal your food and car. Right? We have to ask the question, freedom for whom? Right? Freedom for those empowered to oppress or subjugate the weak. It is impossible to have total freedom and total equality. Right? But we are free. We are free to choose equality for all instead of fascism. Right? There are many signs from history that show the onset of fascism. And so just keep this in your mind about as I bring these up. Right? Fascists focus on rampant nationalism. Fascists focus on demonizing the other, whether it is anti-Semitism, homophobia, Islamophobia, xenophobia. It is always to demonize the other. Fascists nurture our anger and our resentment. Fascists disparage governing institutions and electoral processes. Fascists attack the independent press and the judiciary. Fascists threaten violence against those who oppose them. Fascists exploit symbolism of patriotism, such as the flag, like maybe hugging it or something. The fascist goal is to turn us against each other, to have us lose faith in the system, to lose faith in our ability to create a better system. Of course, there are problems with our system. There always are when you get a diverse group of people together. But we can't lose faith that it can improve. Because if we do lose faith, if we believe the system is rigged, we will turn away when corruption happens. We will turn away when violence happens. We will turn away at every school shooting. We will turn away when women are denied medical care. This is why it's important to be unified with a strong, liberal, religious voice sharing our moral truths, to provide hope for the hopeless. And then we can work to make that hope real It is not easy and it is not quick. Okay? But whether it is a congregation or a country, to make something lasting and meaningful is never quick and easy. We have to be in it for the long haul. You know, my friend, I was talking to him, all these kids I grew up with, and we have like a quarterly Zoom meeting. And he told me he got his Polish citizenship, since that was where his parents were born, and he planned to use it to go to Europe if need be. I told him he should stay and fight if need be. The most committed will win. If the United States falls under a fascist rule, Europe nowhere will be safe. Unitarian Universalism allows for the free, real, true freedom, freedom of religious expression of your beliefs. We require no creed, often no dogma, but we do require your participation. Your covenant is to each other, to the congregation, and to other UU congregations and the community at large. We are here for more than just our own self-fulfillment. Remember, we seek to be a diverse, multicultural, beloved community where all thrive, all, including the hungry, the poor, the homeless, the unemployed, the sick, the oppressed, the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender individual. There, but for the luck of genes, we all are. So let us not leave it to luck. Let us believe in a better way. I believe in you. I believe in Unitarian Universalism. So don't give up. Let us take the steps necessary to not only protect our democracy and to protect each other, but to build a world where we are all healed, right? Where all are accepted, where all can strive and flourish. May we make it so. I invite you to rise in body and or spirit for our closing hymn, One More Step. From Nelson Mandela, that long road to freedom. I have walked that long road to freedom. I have tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way. But I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. I have taken a moment here to rest, to steal a view of the glorious vista that surrounds me, to look back on the distance I have come. But I can rest for only a moment, For with freedom comes responsibilities, and I dare not linger, for my long walk is not yet finished. Please join me in extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Thank you all for your presence here today. Please go forth, do good, be kind, write some postcards. Thank you.